Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hiro. Today we're going to be commenting over the Shino 41 PvP event. Now we got over 2 hours of footage when it comes to this PvP event and some crazy, absolutely insane fights. But with this, there is rules and regulations to fights on this caliber. Now we're not talking about your childhood back alley brawls that you used to have with your friends, pretending that you're a Stone Cold Steve Austin. No. We're talking about fights on the level of Super Saiyan Goku versus Hit. This tournament is absolutely crazy and I can't wait for us to jump into this. Now for those ladies and gentlemen at home who are wondering what the rules and regulations are to this PvP event, I will put a link down below to the Google Doc, and as long as the Google Doc is live, you'll be able to see it and view it. For our first matchup today, ladies and gentlemen, we have Cromm versus Seb. Cromm has 1,746 wins, and he's also sitting at 1,635 losses. Now over to Seb, he's sitting at 1,913 wins versus 685 losses. Now with this being the first matchup we're ever commentating, I have no idea what to expect when it comes to PvP rules with regulations. Is it going to be fast? Is it going to be slow? What is going to happen here? How is this fight going to play out? Either way, both of these players seem to have a high number of wins under their belt with a relatively balanced out loss ratio. Now remember folks, some of these characters have been around for a long time, so their win-loss ratio may reflect the early days of Mabinogi, where PvP wasn't really a big focus. Nowadays, people take these things a lot seriously, and sometimes they make new characters to have their win-loss ratio accurately reflect the battles that they have taken seriously. Now with this, we're about to get this fight underway. Final preparations are in way, and I want to say a huge shout out to the NowBot for providing aerial drop. Oh, what's going on? The NowBot glitched out and the fight started while that was happening. Cromm goes in strong and he's already got him down for the pummel. Cromm's moving in and he's definitely not wasting any time. Look at this brutal action going on right here. Cromm's not giving him an opening, and Seb finds an opening. Seb pulls out his bow. Seb gets countered with that by Cromm. Cromm's using some hail, some magic. Cromm's blasting him, but Seb says, no, I'm going to push it. And then Cromm's pushing him back. It's a stagger match right now. Rage Impact, Sword Out. It's a very much back and forth right now. It's so fast that you can't really tell what's going on. Right now, Seb's keeping his distance. He's got his ninjas. He's shooting. Bow. Seb's going all out, trying to close the distance. Cromm hits him with another pummel. Look at that brutal, visceral action. Cromm is absolutely in control of this battle so far. And with that, Seb gets back up, and Cromm just keeps laying down the pressure, constantly keeping Seb pushed. And with that, I think that's a win. That was a win. So it's very clear that these fights are going to be nothing but straight, fast action, and it's going to be hard to keep up, but it's what we got to do. So far, it's now sitting at 1 for Cromm and 0 for Seb, and it was a clean match, no DQs. Now, before we hop into this next fight, before we get interrupted again by the absolutely insane action we're about to witness, I just wanted to say a huge shout out to the sponsorship of this video, which is the NowBot. Now has actually created this drone that allows you to get stunning, absolutely gorgeous shots of the world around you. Now, if you want to buy this, reach out to Now next time you rebirth, and let's get right back into the action.
Round 2, fight.
So right away, Cromm is wasting no time. He goes in with the punches and starts it off with the pummel. This guy's wasting no time. He gets him down on the ground, and he makes sure he cannot get an inch of give. Now, with this, he goes back in for a dash, and so far, Cromm has gone... I jinxed it. I was going to say he's gone hitless, but Cromm got hit, and now it's a back and forth. So far, Cromm is putting the pressure on Seb, and Seb's finally making a comeback, hitting him with the pummel. What is going on here? Is this the meta, just pummel spam? I swear we spent most of this fight in pummel, but right now Seb's hitting him with the gun, some magic, and another pummel. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 80th pummel this match, and it doesn't look like it's gonna let up. And here we go, we're right back into it. He tried the rage impact out of it, but Cromm is coming in. Some guns, some dashing around. Seb is putting on good pressure, got hit with the windmill. Seb's hitting him with some explosive kunais, and that's putting on some good pressure, which allowed him to turn the field. Seb's now laying on the pressure, and Cromm's coming in. Looks like another pummel. What is going on here? He cancels the pummel so that way you can back off and hit him with the train slash. And just like that, the fight is over, ladies and gentlemen. So with that match, we are now sitting at 1-1. It is getting pretty intense, and I don't know what to think. Both these guys are actually so fast when it comes to their movements, it's almost hard to keep up. PvP is just in a league of its own when you got players who know what they're doing. Now it appears Ref Shino has actually stepped in because for some reason a rule was broken. Now I'm not entirely sure what, but it appears a rematch will be in place to balance things out. And this is crazy. I was not expecting this. It looked like a nice clean match, but some type of rule must have been broken, so that's going to be a match reset. So as it stands, it is 1 Cromm, 0 Seb. Now for matches like this, there are a lot of rules that you have to follow, and I'm sure Seb is feeling definitely a little bit embarrassed, but it happens to the best of us, especially when it's high stakes like this. There is a lot of big money involved, and you want to win, and you're going to do whatever it takes to win. And with the long list of rules, sometimes it's hard to remember everything.
Round 2, fight.
So for this rematch of round 2, Seb starts off with the explosive kunai right away and pushes on pressure with the chain slash. Right now he's hiding behind the explosive kunai, trying to bait Cromm in, and Cromm says, screw that, I'm going to hit you with some magic. And then Seb's taunting him from the explosive kunai. What a bold move to do. Cromm dashes in, Cromm closes the distance and gets countered by Seb. But Cromm's putting up a fight. It's hard to tell what's going on here because they were casting so many skills in the moment that it's canceling frames. But Seb's putting on pressure, Cromm's putting up some good defense, but Seb keeps his distance with some guns and a bow and tries to close the gap. Seb's absolutely slaughtering Cromm right now with a pummel yet again. Not another pummel. At this point, I'm sure everyone's tired of seeing the pummel, but here we are yet again. So Seb is putting on that pressure, but Cromm comes back in and says, screw you, and hits him with another pummel. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure we're all getting tired of the pummel, but it is what it is, and it's happening. Action is being done, and Cromm's putting on pressure, but Seb comes back, and Seb hits him. Oh, Cromm counters it. This is absolutely late. They're pressed up against the barrier right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolutely crazy. It's anyone's game. Who's going to win this? Seb wins it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Seb wins round 2. Now, remember, earlier there was a DQ, so we had to restart round 2 to make sure it was nice and clean, and it appears it holds up. So now, at this point, it's 1 Seb and 1 Cromm. We're rolling into the final and third match, and that will determine who proceeds up the ladder in terms of the tournament. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot of money on the line. So everyone here is eagerly waiting for their turn to fight and prove themselves worthy and earn some nice dough. So as we go to kick off round 3 here, we start with a little bit of a pitter-patter at the start, and Seb starts with the explosive kunai again. And this time, he's putting on so much pressure that Cromm is having a hard time keeping up, and ninja skills, switching the gun. Seb's learned that he's got to keep the pressure on Cromm, or Cromm will close the gap and just absolutely destroy him. And Cromm's making a comeback. Cromm got countered. Cromm keeps getting knocked into the barrier, and this is absolutely wild. He's completely staggered, but he comes back with a counter and a jump, and he casts some blizzard. All right, this is going pretty good. And then Seb's putting on the pressure again, and not another pummel. Ladies and gentlemen, pummel is the name of the game today. And with that, is Cromm gonna get up? Cromm gets up, but Seb keeps putting on the pressure, and Cromm tries to close the gap. At this point, I think Cromm's a little flustered, but he's trying his best. He's putting up a fight, and he's making a comeback now. But Seb says not today, and he keeps the pressure on Cromm. It looks like Cromm may be flustered here. What's he gonna do? He's gonna... Oh, he's getting... That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Before we can even process what is happening, Seb has won. That is best 2 out of 3. Seb is gonna move on to the next round, and the crowd goes wild. What an absolutely... This match was a complete treat, a complete display of affection and skill. I don't know why I said affection, ladies and gentlemen, but everything's all good after the fight. They are saying GG's, they're talking it out, and with that, it is the end of the first fight. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, each fight will be in its own video because they can run a little long, and I want to showcase each fight individually, and it's just truly epic, and appreciate you guys so much for watching. Oh, hi, Elabon. Thanks for dropping by this event, and take care. See you next time.